We run a really individualised programme at Culford. So the boarding allows opportunities to work throughout the whole day. So there are boys in my house that are starting at 7 o'clock in the morning and they are finishing at 9:30 at night. And boarding allows that opportunity. They don't have to travel backwards and forwards to school. It means there's more hours in the day, which means they can do more things that they love as well as their academic work.
Our boarding houses are built on mutual trust, respect, the relationships, compassion. So we pride ourselves that this is the ethos of our houses, and this is what we would like our pupils to have in their relationships with each other. They develop these friendships. These go beyond the classroom, inside the classroom. They have all the opportunities to have the small interactions with staff. They have this with the boarding families that they have when they join the boarding houses. So there's an individualised approach to looking after each child and making sure that we can get the most out of their opportunity at Culford School.
We have tutors that work really closely with the pupils. There'll be no more than 10 in each tutor group, which gives the tutor and the pupils a real chance to get to know each other. Those tutors then feed into me, which means I get to know everybody in the house really well. Each child has their own ways of working, and that's really important that we find out what they are, so then we can work with them. One of the things I like the boys to try and achieve is really push themselves. So if they push themselves and get it wrong, that is okay. That's part of learning. It's part of what they should be trying to do, rather than sitting in their comfort zone, sitting there doing what they can do really well, really easily. But we want to push so they can actually get it wrong. When they get it wrong, they learn from that process, and actually the talking through of that process means that they become better and stronger after that.
The most rewarding thing about working in the boarding house is really working with the girls. So you are creating that relationship of trust so that they know, whether it is morning, noon or night, when they knock on your door or they need your help, you are always there for them. And then that will help them to feel happy and enjoy the whole experience.
Also, academically, I think it's important that we create that culture within the house, which is a good working environment. That means that the child that struggles to sit down in the evenings and get their prep done, they can just join everybody else, because we actually have that timetable going in the evening, and they had a chance to just see what everybody else is doing and go, this is normal, this is what we normally do. And hopefully that bit of work ethic they get from the boarding houses transfer into the rest of their life, and they can transfer that into their working life, whatever that may be.
If I met a former member of my house in years to come, I would hope that they would have the confidence to come straight up to me and we would have a dynamic and intelligent conversation where they look back and tell me all the positives, and maybe not all the positives, but what Culford gave to them, and that they have the confidence to come and share that journey with us.
I would, if I saw another pupil come towards me or saw them in a very different environment to school, I would hope they're fitting into whatever that environment is. It could be, down the pub. It could be in a very formal dinner. It could be, and they cope with any of those situations because their confidence means that they can cope with any scenario that's given in front of them. They'll try their best to deal with it, but also, they see me and they see somebody like Vic as well, and actually there's a reassurance that actually those days were good, and actually what they learnt from that. They may not realise it at the time when they're at school, but often you get that feedback 10 years later when they've been through your hands and you understand, the tricky times you went through when they're at school has actually served them really well into their lives.